What does it mean to forgive? To forgive is to dismiss a wrong and thereby free the debtor from the guilt arising therefrom. To dismiss a wrong, not to think of it again. And as a result, you free the debtor, the one who has wronged you, from the guilt arising therefrom. So it means that if I've forgiven someone, I should no longer make remembrance of the person's offense. I should not even make that person to feel the guilt of that offense when he has come to me. Secondly, to forgive is to release a prisoner unconditionally. Because you see, what unforgiveness does is it keeps men in a prison in our hearts. We lock them up and seek to punish them. And sometimes, because they are not within easy reach of our ability to punish them, we usually transfer it on others that our hands can reach. So, to forgive is to release a prisoner unconditionally. Not just from prison, but also from our remembrance of the offense. We must make sure that the remembrance of the offense is also dealt with. Otherwise, we have not truly forgiven. And if that be the case, God himself will not forgive us. Let's look at the example that God gives us in the Bible. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 16 and 17. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 16 and 17. This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. Will I remember no more? So God does not make a remembrance of sin. Once he's forgiven you, it's forgiven. The challenge has always been our own disposition towards the offense of other people. Now, let me try and explain this matter of forgiveness and people kept in prison. See, when a man serves a prison term for an offense, he has not been forgiven. I hope you know that. He has merely served the term that was given to him. He has not been forgiven. So, what has he done now? In his own mind, he has paid for the offense. But it doesn't mean that he has been forgiven. And so you continue to remember him as an ex-convict. Forgiveness means that there is no record that that man ever went to prison. There is no record of what that man did. Do you understand that what forgiveness is now? That is what it means. Now, because a man cannot, there's nobody that can truly pay for an offense. The Yorubas have been saying, they say, words spoken is like an egg. Once it has come out of your mouth, you know the egg has broken. Can you put the egg together again? You cannot. So that is why we say that when you say you have forgiven someone, there is nothing that fellow can do to pay for that. It is something you must freely grant. Do you understand? Forgiveness is freely given because there is nobody that can pay for the offense. If you break an egg and say, I'm sorry, I broke it, does it bring the egg back? The egg is broken. Now, if you say you forgive, then you must have no remembrance of the fact that that fellow broke the egg. Do you understand that? You recall that in John, I think it's John chapter 21, when the Lord Jesus was speaking to Peter about lovest thou me more than this, and Peter responded. You recall that the third time the Lord made that comment, Peter was saying, I said, you know that I love you. Maybe he was having the remembrance of the fact that he had denied the Lord. But that was not the point. The Lord was actually laying emphasis on the fact that if you love me, you will serve me and take care of these ones. And he was trying to lay emphasis on that. But because that guilt was still in Peter, he read it differently. Do you understand that now? Now, we are not to allow that person to even have that guilt. That's what forgiveness portrays. So, when we forgive somebody, we actually release that man or woman from any obligation arising from that offense. That's what forgiveness is.